Unfortunately, Terraclaw just isn't that good. It's an alright tank. It's not, like, bad, but it's not good. It's like, you can use me, I guess, if you want. I would recommend replacing Terraclaw for Venolen. Your team is just instantly better that way. Venolen can still hit fairly hard, it can poison things, it can get rid of poison barbs on your side of the field, heavy shackles Bartra as well. Just get Venolen. Venolen just so much better.
Hello everyone! Today we're doing some Loomian Legacy PvP, and today we are showcasing Terraclaw. And guess what? This is brawny, clever, and we have 4 moves. And the 4 moves is to predict the swaps, and that's basically what it is. So, we have a very interesting team to use it on. There's a Trumbull, there's a Gobademic, a lot of range attackers that can use this again. Well, the Stratosaur and your soul's a little oozy, but I'm going to use this. I don't think I lead off with it. I think I'm going to do this. Zulong for the Stratosaur and that. And for the Deludrix too. I'm going to bring Kimber. Is Kimber a good shout? Eclipse isn't. Is Chartiki a good shout? I'm debating. I'm going to bring Char. No, I don't. I'm going to bring Kimber. Kimber's a little better. It can live a Metal Blast, so we're going to do that. He leads off with the Deludrix. I'm in wrestling. I am going to dip. I don't want to take a hit on this thing, so we're going to go into, it's Terraclaw time. It's Terraclaw time. So, we're going into Terraclaw. And the thing that makes Terraclaw so good, it is the best range tank in the game. Let's see what goes into your soul. Okay, I guess that move does make sense. So I'm going to go into Vesperado. But yeah, the thing that makes Terraclaw so good is it's the best range tank in the game, and it can get health back with an attacking move, which is just awesome. And with its insane coverage, it's amazing. But I was watching what? Why would you stay in on a vest? I tried to predict the swap, and that didn't work out too well. And he has no item. You know what? I'm just gonna sprint you. Because if I can take out your soul, that's one big threat for my Terraclaw gone, which is awesome. But yeah, I could have predicted the Your Soul. I could have just went for Blade Punch, then went into Vest, or doubled into Vest. But yeah. I was watching the stream. I was watching Jamie's stream today. And I told him my team. And he said that my team is really good. Oh, goodness, I got a melee attack boost. And he said that my team's really, really good. He likes my team. Except for Terraclaw. And he said I should replace my Terraclaw with Venolen. I don't think so. There's some stuff Venolen can't do which Terraclaw can. Like tank Gobademic hit. So, we're going to go into him right now. It's just overall a better range tank. And it can also, like, look at that. That's a Gobademic Muck Blast, and it tanked it with ease. I'm going to go for Parasitize. Try to get some health. He has Deludrix, I know, but I can just rough up the Deludrix, so it's no big deal. Plus, it might go down to half health anyway. Deludrix is so frail, so. Who does he go into? Don't be Stratosaur. It's Deludrix. I don't know why I made that play. That play I do not understand. Because this thing can tank Deludrix hits. How much will this do? For a not very effective move, that did a lot. And look at it, I'm back to full health. I'm going to click Rough Up. That's in case he goes into Stratosaur. What? You do not soft water on a Terraclaw! Get out of here, Deludrix! So, Terraclaw already got a KO. That's off to a very good start. He should go back into Gobademic unless he has Stratosaur. He has Zulong. Yep, Zulong wins me the game. I mean, Terraclaw wins me the game. Because, yep, all he has left is range attackers. So, yeah, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Even if my Terraclaw gets burned, he's in trouble. Like, look at it. That's a Zulong Elemental Burst. My Parasitize gives me a lot of health back. I think I'm going to go for a wait just to get a little energy. Because, yeah, that is the one flaw I can say with Terraclaw. It has a very low energy set. So, it's kind of harder to use in certain situations. There's knee burst, but even then, look at this. It can tank so many hits. It's just insane. Like, I got paralyzed. No big deal. No big deal. I would rather be paralyzed rather than be burned. So I am perfectly okay with that. Doing a little damage, but look at that. I'm going to get health back and parasitize. That puts me back at 120. Zulong's down. And I have enough for a Baneful Bash and a parasitize. So yeah, Terraclaw is absolutely clutch. It is amazing against Zulongs and Gubademics alike, which makes it just so much better. Like, look at this. This is going to be Airblade. Look at that. It does 36 damage to a Terraclaw. And look at that. And look at all the health I got back. Terraclaw is absolutely amazing. Like, and that's another thing that makes it special. You can hit a super effective move with it, and it will still absolutely nuke. Okay, I got paralyzed there, but it's no big deal. Because it does absolutely nothing. Like, this Gobademic cannot beat Terraclaw without any stretch of imagination. And I think this will be the game. Cyclone Slam, and that will be it. So, that was a very, very quick first game. Very quick first game, actually. Which is absurd. That's a very quick first game. And I think that first game can prove that Terraclaw is absolutely amazing. And even then, even it being like a ranged tank, the thing is, even though Terraclaw is a ranged tank, it can absolutely tank melee hits well. It has, because other ranged tanks have a flaw where they cannot tank any melee hits, but Terraclaw has like 100 range defense, 100 melee defense, I mean. So, it makes it even better, because it can even tank melee hits when you need it to. And its health is solid. I would say its health is above average. So, it's overall amazing tank. You can even make like a melee defense tank, it'll do solid as a melee tank. I would make it as a range tank, though, because it's amazing. Like, and then it does have very high attack power. Even though it doesn't have an ability that increases your stats, Terraclaw can just tank hits. And that's just something that not many Loomians can say. You can tank super effective hits with ease. So, we're gonna try to get into another battle here. Hopefully we can get into one pretty soon. I might even join a 2v2. That might even prove more my case. Although, I got a battle, so never mind. So, here we go. And perfect. This is the perfect team I wanted against. Look at this. There's an Infernix. And there's an Infernix, and there's an Umbreath. So this is good. Akalos is very scary, and the Harvestec. The Harvestec is actually really scary. Although, and even the Wrestling, I could hit the Wrestling pretty hard, so I'm not really worried about the Wrestling too much. I want to bring Eclipse. Eclipse would be nice for this thing. It would. Is Zulong better, though? Zulong could hit everything. But the Venolen. So I think I'm going to lead off with the Zulong, and Ancient Roar and the Terraclaw, depending on what the matchup is. If it's Venolen, I go into Himber. So that's what I'll do. Yeah, Terraclaw looking very good in this match already. Although the Akalos is scary. If I could predict the Akalos coming in, I can do a lot of damage. He goes into Wrestling. Do I double? No, I don't double. I just do this. I Ancient Roar into my Vesperati. Because who knows, he could predict Lace Punch, so I don't want to make that risk. So there you go, he's at -1. We go into Vesperati. That's kind of like my only swap in for Wrestling. But yeah, that's what running 4 moves on Terraclaw makes it so good. Is because you can predict what comes in, and and there are not many Loomians that are not super effective to those moves. So I can predict the Wrestling come in and do 2-shot. I can predict the Arcalos coming in. So that's what can make Terraclaw really scary, if you can predict the move. And the Health Amulet can keep you alive for a couple moves, so you have a lot of room. You have a lot of room for misplays with Terraclaw. Harvestec, I go into Himber. There is no doubt about it. I go into Himber. I do not want to risk a Parasitize, so I could also go to Terraclaw, because Terraclaw can hit Harvestec. Not too hard, though. Harvest's very tanky, so I'm going to go to my Himber. Yeah, that's why I went into my Himber, because Bulk Up's scary. It's Health Amulet. I probably should have slapped down, but you know what? We're just going to Ice Hammer. We're going to Ice Hammer twice, and hopefully that's enough to take it out. I outspeed you because I have Speed Investment. The outspeed Sword, so perfect. Oh. Oh. That's scary. That did okay damage, actually. Oh. Harvestec. That ain't good. Harvestec's scary. Okay. It's definitely very robust then. I'm just going to click Ice Hammer again. Because, yeah, eventually I'm going to bring it down. Just wearing it down with Himber. It's going to get a lot of damage on me, but you know what? If Harvestec's out the picture, that's huge. If we get Harvestec out of here, we're looking very good. Although, I do need Himber for the Venolen. If he has it. Ekloth. There's the Ekloth. Which, again, I gotta go into my wrestling for. It's gonna be tough getting Terraclaw on the field, but I'll find a situation to bring Terraclaw in. Especially if I can make the right forget. I'm gonna go into wrestling now. Goes for the Hydra Splash. How much will that do? It's got a crit, but it didn't even do half. We're fine. I'm clicking Adaptive. If he goes back into Harvestec, I'm going to go into the Venolen. This might be the moment to bring it in. Actually, no. I'm just going to attack it. Let's take out the Venolen. And then if Harvestec comes in, we can do some damage. I actually outspeed Venolen, which I guess makes sense. It should not be that shot. Can I live an Adaptive? I do. I'm going to save you. I'm going to go into my Terraclaw. This is the moment to bring Terraclaw in. Even if he goes for Rejuvenate, this is the moment to bring him in. Hopefully he doesn't barter. He went for Adaptive, good. He has Devious. He has 100% Devious. I'm going to go for the Baneful Bash to predict the... This is to predict the Ekloth coming in. Let's see if he makes the play. Nope, he didn't. So I take out his Venolen. Perfect. That's big for me. And I'm at 140 health for the Ekloth. Can I live in Ekloth hit? We will see. Because Ekloth is a melee tank and hits very hard. Actually, no, he has Infernus. That's perfect. This is a perfect matchup for me. I don't know why he brought Infernus in. I don't know why he did that. And he is going to forfeit. Wow, that was the perfect matchup, man. That was the perfect match. That would have been game match. No. Terraclaw would have tanked that Infernus, though, so he knew it was over. We're going to do one more battle. Please have, like, an Eclipse or something. He has a Zulong. And a Vesperado. Perfect. That's good. That's good enough. I'm going to bring Zulong. He has a Hunder. Although, I can predict the Hunder coming in, so it's no big deal. I'm going to bring you. I'm not going to bring... Oh, no. I got to bring Beth. I got to bring Vesperado. For a couple things, actually. Yeah, I got to bring Beth. But for who? For the Himber? Over Char? Yeah, although I need it for Tundrolin. Because otherwise I would have no range attackers. So, I gotta replace the Himber. That's gotta be the play. We'll do that. Let's see who goes into Tundrolin lead. I just attack it. Or do I attack it? Yes. We're just gonna attack it. And try to do as much damage as we can. He's probably just gonna go into Cinemar. He probably doesn't want to take a Zulong hit. Even though I don't one-shot it, he does not want to lose his Tundrolin early. He's gonna swap. That's the right call. The right call is to swap out for him. And he does. He's gonna go into Cinemars, I assume. Yes, there's Cinemars. That makes a lot of sense. How much will this do? That did okay. He's definitely a range tank. We're gonna go for this move. We're gonna go for the Ancient Roar, and I don't know what we do here, actually. There's a couple options. We can go into Terraclaw. You know what? That's what I will do. He chased down. Okay. That's actually okay for me. Zulong gets hurt, but it doesn't matter. I Ancient Roar, so that's okay. I'm going to go for a Rough Up and predict Hunger coming in. It's either going to bring Hunger or Harvest Set. It's just, can I make the right predict? Be Hunger. No, it's Harvest Set. It's Thunderland. You know what? That's okay. It could be worse. That's okay. I hit it with a super effective move, which, yeah, it does. A lot of damage. Although I did give it +1, which is not good. It's not good giving it +1. I'm going to go into my Chartiki. Let's see what he can do. He's 100% going to Body Crash. He does go for Body Crash. Can I live that okay? I do a little bit. I'm just going to use a Fire Breath. Yeah, Thunderland is not looking so good for me. Yeah, Thunderland's looking rough for me, honestly. Oh god, I'm low. He's gonna chase down, isn't he? That would make a lot of sense. He's gonna click chase down. I'm not falling for that. I'm clicking for the system. He stayed. He swapped. He went into Zulong. Perfect. I can go into my... I got a Photosynthesis off. That's perfect. I can go into my Terraclaw. Yeah, we go into Terraclaw. And then we click Rough Up again. There's no reason why not to click Rough Up here. Let's see what he does. Elemental Burst. That's going to do some damage, but not too much. Don't burn. Okay, we're good. Did not burn. Is he going to go into... What play will he do? He's going to Ancient Roar. That's the safest play on his part. Yep, he's going to Ancient Roar into the Thunderland. I just want to hit it super effectively and then go into my Wrestling for 3. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Wrestling. Although Wrestling cannot get health back, which makes it a little scary. He went into Wrestling, actually. I'm really shocked by that play. I thought he was going to go into Thunderland. I could have predicted that, but it's okay. We go into Death. That's the thing. That Zulong ain't going to do anything if that Terraclaw is alive. Terraclaw is making a lot of work, because he's chipping everything. Goes for Bulk Up. I just Phantom Slash and do as much as I can. I just Phantom Slash and just do as much as I can. I don't one-shot, but I will definitely do enough to get it within range to take it out. He has to swap. Perfect, he does. Thunderland? Thunderland. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I get damage. I get free damage. There you go. I get free damage. He's probably going to Rejuvenate. That would make sense, right? He would probably Rejuvenate. No, I'm just going to go to Chartiki, actually. That's the safest play, even if he Rejuvenates. He wastes energy. Yeah, goes for Rejuvenate. So, I get off scot-free here. I'm going to go for a Fire Breath and do as much as I can. He has to swap out. He does. Who's he go into? Zulong? Once again, I don't understand the Zulong play. Because I'm going into Terraclaw anyway. And that does solid damage. So I'm going to go into my Terraclaw again. And this time I'm going to predict the Wrestling coming in. I think it's time to predict the Wrestling coming in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to predict Wrestling. It only makes sense. It only makes sense to predict the Wrestling coming in. Because even if he does go back into Thunderland, it doesn't matter. Who knows? I could just get a Poison. Let's see what he does. No, he went back and... He went into Wrestling. Oh my goodness, I made the right play. Because look at that. Now the Wrestling takes damage. That's what Terraclaw is good for. It can predict that. I'm going to go into my Char. Do I? He does not want a Blaze Punch. That's the thing. He does not want a Blaze Punch. It's too risky to Blaze Punch. He does. Wow, I could have stayed in and took it out. Wow. Did not think he was going to make that play. Although Wrestling's low enough. I'm just going to slap down, get rid of that item from Thunderland. There's Thunderland. We get rid of its item, which is nice. We want to get rid of that item. Does he not have an item? He did. He had heavy armor. That's big. That's big. I'm going to go into my... Ooh. So I'm going to click Body Crash. I'm just going to Revival. I'm going to stay in. He stayed. Yep. Did he click Body Crash? Did he click Bulk Up? Oh! Oh, I forgot Revival! I forgot Revival gets rid of the Spirit typing. Oops. That was an oof. I messed up there. I go to Wrestling. The reason why I go to Wrestling this time is because, you know, Wrestling, I think it's a good time to bring it in. Although they got a crit. It's out of energy, though. I just go for Adaptive Assault and do as much as I can. He either stays in, takes a big hit, and then Zulong Revenge kills it. Oh, is that Harvest Set? He doesn't. He goes into Cinemars. He went into Cinemars. I am perfectly fine with that. Cinemars is out of the picture. Now Zulong's looking very good for me. Zulong's looking very good in the late game. Let's see what he does next, though. Goes into Hunder. Oh, that's scary. Goes into Hunder. I still have Vest, though. Yeah, Hunder's scary. Hunder is scary. What move would it do? I'm trying to think. What move would it do? Can I live a... What move would it do? If it goes for Thunder Chomp, I live. I'm going to go back into Vest. Hopefully, I can get a Shadow Sprint off. I hope. Went for Mega. Wow, that was ballsy, but I made it work. We Shadow Sprint, do as much as we can. Perfect. I get damage on the Hunder. That's exactly what I wanted. Free damage. Goes for the Blaze Chomp. Perfectly fine. We're going to go into Zulong. I'm going to try to do as much to Hunder as we can. So let's go into Hunder. I could also Elemental Burst. That's something that is an option, but it's too risky. We're just going to go for the attack. Yeah, this Hunder looks very good for the late game, by the way. This Hunder is amazing for the late game. Although he has to swap now. He can't stay in. There's no way he should stay. He does stay in. Wow, I am so shocked that he made that play. Because that takes him out. I think he just was thinking that he could have lived that, but he didn't. Oh, Zulong. Terraclaw comes back in. Terraclaw comes back in. I'm just going to make the Terraclaw play every time, buddy. If you go into that Zulong, Terraclaw's coming in. There we go. Because look at that. It does nothing. He's going to go into Tundraland. Wait. So he has Vest, Tundraland, and Wrestling. Those are his 3 left. Baneful Bash is the right play. Baneful Bash is the right play. Baneful Bash is the right play. Because if he goes into Tundraland, he's out of energy. I can go into my Wrestling and beat it. When he goes into Wrestling, his Wrestling's gone. So I'm going to go for Baneful Bash here. Nope, went into Tundraland. He made the right call. Get a poison? Nope, no poison. It's fine now. He definitely does not have enough for Body Crash. Wrestling's looking very good late. Wrestling is looking amazing here. I don't think he has enough for Body Crash, and even if he does, it's just not worth it. He has to wait to rest. He rested. I do a lot of damage to something. He either stays in and his Tundraland gets hurt, or something else happens. He stays in. He gets whacked hard. Perfect. I go into my... Unless he rejuvenated? Oh, he rejuvenated. He rejuvenated. He rejuvenated. I got a crit. Perfect. If you spam rejuvenate, you're playing with fire. I got lucky there. And he rage quit the game. Terraclaw. Completely establishing that game for us. So yeah, there's Terraclaw. It did amazing today. All the range attackers stood no chance. The first match, it did awesome. The second match, it was okay. But in that third match, it opened the door. It chipped the Wrestling to low enough. It did enough to the Tundraland. And the Zulong did nothing. Jamiy, Terraclaw is the best range tank in the game. No question. But yeah, this is why you run 4 moves. It's because if you run 4 moves, Eerie Stare's the only conceivable situation Eerie Stare would be better would probably be for Stratosaurs. But you can just bring something else like Stratosaur anyway. You could also run Pestilence. Pestilence would honestly probably be a good option as well. But yeah, Terraclaw, best range tank in the game. I hope you all enjoyed this video of Terraclaw tanking every hit. And I will see y'all all later. Bye!